Welcome to John S.'s Sports Channel, and once again we're going to be covering Championship and League One. Well, not we'll forget the running today, but Championship and League One. Let's for the lunchtime kickoffs. We have them below. We're going to go quickly through the team news. As per Sky Sports, I know that they do mess the formations up quite regular. So if you know something's wrong with their with how they're saying the lineups are, please do put it in the chat. I do like to understand a little bit when they do cock it up, which is not on any regular basis, unfortunately. But I tend to pick it up an awful lot more when it's when they put Rotherham's players totally out of position. So we're going to start with Blackburn versus QPR. Let's go for it, guys. It's 16 minutes past. We better get on with this. Blackburn, we've got Ainsley Pearce back in the goal again. We've got Carter, Batt, Hyam and Pickering on the back. A staggered mid of Hedges, Tronstadt, Dolan, Lewis Travis and Wyman, and that is actually quite a decent midfield, isn't it? Blackburn, who at the minute sitting fourth, and you can see why with a team like that. They've certainly, I think, fixed up a few of the holes since last year. And at the front, they've got Ahashi. So let's just see how QPR try and attack this, because they haven't been doing as well as what people thought. They finished last year really well. They started this year a little bit, well, quite a lot poorer than they finished. At Nardi in goal, they got Dunn, Cook, Santos and Pal at the back. I think that's slightly left side. I don't know. I actually prefer. I think there's a slight mismatch in sides there. Strength is more to one side. A staggered mid of Smith, Varane, Sato, Field, and Dembele, and Michael Frey up front. Like I said, that to me. I'm almost being picky here. I'm sort of thinking it's left, right, left. It's almost a little bit wonky in their sort of setup with that. But we'll see. So that at the minute, still prefer the Blackburn on that one. I did predict 1-0 to Blackburn. Most of you were predicting Blackburn win as well. Derby versus Norwich next. Now we go lineups for Derby. Zetterstrom in goal. They've got back four of Nyambe, Nelson, Cashin and Forsyth. Now we know how Derby play at home. They always try and attack. That's what Paul Warne likes to do at home. Midfield, three of Goodman, Osborne and Adams, and up front we've got Jackson, Jerry Yates and Mendes Lang. So a very good front three there. Now that is not dissimilar to what I would have expected from the manager there. Sorry about that. Norwich City, Angus Gunn in goal, of course. Fisher, Duffy, Cordoba and Doyle at the back, very good. A midfield now, really good midfield of Karnak, Nunes, Schwarzau, McLean and Saints, and up front Josh Sargent. This team should be doing better, shouldn't they? I mean, come on, they really should be doing better than where they are. I'm with everybody else. Norwich City in 11th, Derby in 10th. Derby's probably quite happy with that. Norwich City fans must be astonished how a team, when you start mentioning the team there, you're thinking, there's no way that team should be in 11th. No way at all. Derby above them, Oxford above them, even the Watford and Swansea above them. You're thinking, how? But I think they will turn it around. Will they turn it around today? a lot of you are thinking yes, but quite a lot of you are thinking this is going to be a draw, and a high scoring one at that from a lot of you. Sheffield Wednesday versus West Brom next. And we have Sheffield Wednesday with Beadle in goal. We've got Palmer, Icky, and Vermeerwo, one of their latest signings at the back. That's quite a. They keep doing this 3-4-3 attitude. I don't know if it'll work against West Brom. Let's see if it does. Midfield, a flat four of Valerie, Charles, Bannon, and Johnson. And up front, Windass, Ugbo, and Kabaki. Now, they've got a good front line there and a decent midfield. I just worry about having... what they tend to do is have those three at the back, and then they pull Valerie and Johnson back, and they have a five. But I don't know. Hopefully it works like that. We'll see. With West Brom, Palmer, and then they got Furlong, Ajayi, Bartley, and Hegem at the back. So they've got a strong defence line there. Staggered mid of Fellows, Rakic, Swift, Dekite, and Grant, and Josh Margia up front. Or Maya up front. More of a 4-2-3-1. Will that work against Wednesday? I think that could actually be the formation there. If it works well, could be a little bit of a downfall for Sheffield Wednesday there. Some of you thinking it was going to be a draw, and if it doesn't work, then yeah, it could be a draw. But I think that's quite a good formation from West Brom. We're going to League One with Crawley versus Bolton. Got me to Crawley versus Bolton. Let's have a look. Crawley now started well, died down recently, just not been playing the same really interesting football that they played at the beginning. And I don't know why it is, because nothing's really changed. Not that I've seen. I mean, if anybody else has seen it, then please tell us. But I've not seen anything drastically change in their side. They've got Wallacott in goal. Decent goalie. They've got Malarkey, McKenna, and Flint at the back. Now, those three are good defenders. Let's face it. They are good defenders. And they should be able to play a decent defensive role in sort of like mid-table. You've got a midfield four of Kamara, Williams, Bragg, and Kelly. Kamara, I've seen him a couple of times, and I'm not overall. I just think there's a couple of mistakes in him. Up front, they got Quitima, Swan, and Darcy in a sort of supportive. Well, Quitima and Darcy in a support for Will Swan, and that is actually good enough for as a home side in a mid-table League One side, and I would, and I like the defence. So let's see what Bolton have got to try and offer against it. What did we, because I think that's going to be key here. Wow. So they've got Baxter in goal. They've got Toll, Santos, and Johnson at the back. But then they've got flat midfield of Cogley, Dempsey, Sheehan, Thomason, and Schoen. Again, I think that's sort of. I think that's more of a sort of wing. That's more of a wing idea from Cogley and Schoen. Schoen seems to tend to go down the side and then cut in and try and cross it. From what I've seen, then Charles and Adebayo up front, and it has worked recently. They've started to do really well. They've had a couple of really awful results, and I must admit the manager was under pressure after the Huddersfield game. I think they really needed that goal spree straight after it, didn't they? Can they continue it here? You know, they might be able to. I think that that set up there is quite a good setup. what did we say? We said 2-1 to Bolton. I think that Bolton will still have just too much, but I think both of them could quite score there. I like both sides, but I think Bolton's is set up a little bit more interestingly. Who do we have next? Oh, we have the Reading Huddersfield game now. I feel sorry for the Reading fans. They had all the hope in the world of getting a takeover and all this, let's face it, crap being moved on. And I'm a Rotherham fan. We got liquidated twice in 2 years. The Reading fans have been on the edge of it so damn long, and you have to feel for them as football fans, even if you don't like the club, even if you don't like the fans. No fan base deserves what Reading have had for so blooming long. And I try not to swear because YouTube will ban me. But that's what you feel like. Reading have had it really tough, and they're only just managing apparently to put a team out. We've got Button in goal for Reading. We've got Craig and Burke, Binden and Apoku at the back. So that is not bad. They've managed to put a decent back four in. Elliott, Lewis Wing and Nibs. Lewis Wing, decent player. Strangely enough, in the middle, we used to play him down the wing. So because he crossed quite well. So that's possibly an addition into the middle rather than a sort of where he should be. Campbell, Smith and Ehibishinen up front. So again, 4-3-3. They're trying to push Huddersfield as far as they can. Now, if you're in Huddersfield's face for long enough, they panic and they can collapse. So that is possibly their only way of attacking Huddersfield is going front foot straight away and being up high up the field. So what are Huddersfield going to do to try and stop Reading from playing high up the field? They've got Nichols at the back. They've got a back three of Lees, Pearson and Lonvik. They got a floater. Now that's interesting. Again, it's Jonathan Hogg. They often play him as a floater. That means he can go back, he can go forward, but then that's saying to me that they're willing to pull back if Reading push forward, and that's where Huddersfield tend to go wrong. Spencer, Evans, Kasumu and Headley with Marshall and Karoma up front. Like I said, the only picky point I can have from that is that Reading are going full on. They're trying to play from that. It looks like they're trying to play high up the field. Huddersfield hate that. But they put Hogg in as this sort of floater, and that's really sort of saying, well, we can go 3-5-2, but with Reading going forward, they'll probably end up, looking at the time, they'll probably end up having to pull him back. And that means you're going to end up with 4 at the back. And I've actually seen sort of Headley and Spencer start to sink further back as well as if they get attacked too much. And you end up with a 5 at the back. And a team such as Huddersfield should be well in control of that game, not having to make a 3 at the back into a 4 and then a 5. God forbid 6. So it really does get a little bit of a mishmash sometimes if you push Huddersfield in that formation too high up, really high up the pitch, then they can panic. So it's going to be interesting to see if Huddersfield panic. Got some good games on there. Let's just choose which one I'm going to be listening to. Come on, give me the choice. Reading, Crawley, Sheffield Wednesday, Derby. What have we got? I'd like to have Reading. Reading would be quite a good one. That's not on. Crawley, Reading, Crawley. Crawley's on. Reading's on. Yeah, we could have Reading. Now, Reading or Crawley, Sheffield Wednesday. All of the games are on. Do you particularly, if you particularly have any one of these teams that you support, then if you want to put who you support in the comment before I choose which stream we're going to go with, then you can comment it and we can pull your team up if you want. But the minute it's finger in the air and we'll choose one from the list. I think the Reading Huddersfield might be quite interesting if you're not any persuasion. Oh God, that's loud.
Today's rivals are just 2 points in the league table. Of course, the very early stages of the season, and all can change in a matter of 90 minutes.
Newcastle have just had a shot on goal, so
with the better of the forms, but as I say, in the last 2 games for each of them, resulting
both teams in. So we're staying with Huddersfield, Reading versus Huddersfield, and we've started at Crawley. So here we go, guys, and it's League One and Championship for Week 8 and lunchtime kickoffs. Blackburn versus QPR is about to start. Let's have a look on here. Yep, Blackburn versus QPR has started. Derby Norwich has started. Sheffield Wednesday hasn't started yet. Crawley versus Bolton has started, and Reading versus Huddersfield have actually started. The live stream is slightly behind, obviously, but when the stream comes up, you'll hear it catch up with the. It's a good 2.5 minutes behind at the minute. So let's have a quick look then. We'll go first into Blackburn versus QPR. Let's have a look at Blackburn versus QPR. Please do remember to click the like and subscribe. We do this on a Saturday lunchtime. We do it on a Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. If I've got time to do one on Sunday, I will do. Friday's more difficult because I get up for work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's a little bit difficult. But I do try and do Fridays. The only trouble is I had a glut of prediction videos to do, so it was a bit difficult yesterday. So we've got QPR on the ball at the minute with rain, and they're passing it along midfield at the minute, up the left hand side, back to Powell. And let's see who else they've got on there.
2 goals in all competitions, just 1 in the league so far. They have been the team to succeed in scoring more compared to their.
I just want to check something. That's
7 goals in 6 games for Reading shows that they are lacking that cutting edge so far. They'll be hoping for.
Oh, okay. That's from last night. I thought it was good calling this stream something completely different. Oh, I don't want it calling that. That was really weird. So QPR are just holding the ball at the minute. QPR slightly more on top. They've already had a shot on goal, but it wasn't on target. At the minute, QPR are certainly the more just keeping the ball. I wouldn't say they're on top. They're keeping the ball. They're knocking it back around in defence. Oh, they lose it to Pickering for Blackburn, and he grabs it and crosses it, but Dunn manages to get it back. And funnily enough, it was Dunn that lost it in the first place. So Dunn for QPR lost it. Blackburn took it into the left corner, crossed it across. Dunn heads it out. And now Travis has got it. Bat's got it for Blackburn. They're passing it across the left-hand side again. And they're going to try, down the left-hand side. No, back again with Tronstadt. And Bat. Now they go down the right-hand side. Typical championship play here with Blackburn going left, right, and then try and push it forward. Probe down each side. Nardi cuts that one out for QPR. Crosses it across the goal to Cook, and Cook can try and build it from the right hand side. So at the minute, it's more QPR than Blackburn. Just keep with the other scores, just to make sure we're on top. And we have a goal in League One. We have a goal in League One, and it's come at Crawley Town. And I have to find where my scroll button is. Crawley Town. So it's now Crawley Town 0 and Bolton 1. I'll transition that. So that's our first goal of the day for Bolton Wanderers. Now let's have a look at the odds there, because Bolton are now 2-7 on to win this. Crawley 9-1 against. Funnily enough, the draw's only 92 as well, so that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the Reading game on the app. Huddersfield there, caught offside. At the minute, the stats for that: 70% play to Huddersfield, 30 to Reading. Huddersfield have already had one shot, and it was on goal, on target. So we do look like Huddersfield are being a little bit more clinical than they were last week. I think if they could have been a little bit more clinical last week, they could have scored a lot more and really sort of overran that game. But this week they seem to have started a little bit better as far as being clinical. Keep having a look at the other games. We're going to look at Sheffield Wednesday in a minute. Reading now with Bindon, and Reading are trying to attack down the left hand side. They do have a decent midfield, and Bindon's not one for passing it back, which I like. He usually sort of has a good tackler on him, and it looks like they've got a free kick in their own half now for Reading, so they'll launch it, but Lees gets that for Huddersfield, just at their own side of the halfway. Lonvik Evans pushes it through, but Reading clear that one. So Huddersfield again, Lees, Pearson, and they're back on building it again. And Huddersfield back to Lees. They're taking the time. They're not rushing into this as they pass it, thread it down the left, but then all of a sudden they lose it. It gets intercepted by Craig from Reading. Pass it forward to Elliott. Smith. They're taking him on the break. What are they going to do? Smith. Looks like he's tackled another free kick. So at the minute, Huddersfield look like what they're doing is like, if there's a sign of a break, just take the man down. No yellow yet, but take the man down, and then they launch it in. Spencer kicks it back out for Huddersfield, and Lewis Wing pass it to Craig. I do hope it doesn't carry on like that, because I do hate it when you get. Well, I think Norwich did it a couple of games in a row where they, if the opposition got anywhere near their half, they just hacked the hell out of their legs, and that's what seems to be happening with Huddersfield at the minute. They're playing a little bit high up, but if Reading even start to look like, as they push forward again, Campbell, and it crosses, and it's a bad cross, and Reading it goes out. Huddersfield have a kick in there, and you think it's just a little bit difficult. I don't like teams that go in too hard to stop the opposition getting. It's almost like, I'll take one for the team, if you like, and that's what's looking like Huddersfield are doing at the minute. We did say we would look. I'll just make sure there's no other goals. Not at the minute. We'll go for the Sheffield Wednesday and West Brom game, because this, I think, could be a pretty interesting game. Most of you thinking that West Brom are going to win this one, but we do have a couple of people thinking, yeah, it's not necessarily as open and shut as we thought there. Go off. Reading and Huddersfield. Go back to it. Sheffield Wednesday have scored. Just as we go on to the app. Sheffield Wednesday have actually scored. And I said, I was thinking that West Brom would have the edge on this, and all of a sudden we get it proved wrong. And if I can find scroll button again, we've got Sheffield Wednesday in the lead. Sheffield Wednesday 1, West Brom 0. And that, to me, is a shock as we transition that across. What were we saying? We were saying Sheffield Wednesday 1, West Brom 2. Some of you were saying 1-1. And a lot of you are saying West Brom would win. At the minute, let's have a look at the stats. Why not? 72% possession to Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. And okay, we're not very far in, are we? But let's face it, 11, 12 minutes in, and they're already 72% possession. West Brom don't seem to have got anywhere with it. 3 shots for Sheffield Wednesday, 1 on target, 1 goal. And that's similar to what I think we saw last week. The last couple of weeks, we've seen West Brom letting in goals too easily, I think. And I know they're doing well. I know they're at the top, but when you see that odd goal being the only goal that the opposition actually put on target, then you have to start worrying that. What would happen if they actually had more shots on target? But on this occasion, it's not going to be as easy as we thought it was going to be. And just go back to the game. Famewu for Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, and Mayer's got a clatter there from Sheffield Wednesday, and Mayer's injured. But they quickly get on with it. Sheffield Wednesday now with Beadle at back. And Beadle's about is going to kick this free kick from the back. Because I think it goes from a West Brom free kick to a Wednesday free kick. And Sheffield Wednesday will build from the back. They don't seem too eager to push forward, to be honest. They seem to be quite happy to kick it around the back end. And it's just being passed around. Icky in defence. Funny enough, Icky's on the right hand side. Well, is it in? But the West Brom goalkeeper's not going to be beaten with a sort of 30-yard strike at goal, is he? Not on this occasion, anyway. And with Wednesday 1, West Brom 0. And Wednesday are actually taking pot shots now from their own half, which is weird because they're not going to catch. I wouldn't imagine they're going to catch him out from there. It's now West Brom goal kick. As we listen to Reading versus Huddersfield. Oh, the West Brom goalkeeper kicks it out, but Charles kicks it back, and Fellows kicks it back. Charles kicks it back. Fellows has now got it for West Brom. A bit of a ding-dong battle there in midfield. Right on the right-hand side for West Brom, but it goes out for a throw-in to Sheffield Wednesday. Kabachi. Back to Bannon. Oh, that's what Bannon can do. Bannon and Windass obviously linking up. They know each other far too well. Back to Famewu. Icky. Icky's playing quite high up there. Back to Famewu. Palmer. Palmer's right outside the goal. He's actually outside the area.
Elliott edges the area that can't get out of his feet. It's cleared out by.
Is it the Beadle? And then up to Johnson, and Wednesday will try and thread down that left hand side. Looks like they keep trying the left hand side with the looks of it. Furlong kicks it back into the Wednesday box, but Beadle kicks it to out. Furlong for West Brom in his own half. The long kicks don't seem to be working from Wednesday, I must admit, and what we're getting is the ball from Beadle straight into the West Brom half, and then West Brom just pick it up nice and easy, usually with Fellows actually, so it seems to be kicking towards the out towards his left, and then Fellows on the right side of West Brom's defence picks it up and kicks it forward. Again for Mayo, he's trying up that left hand side, and Barry Bannon's right on the kicks it in, but the goalie grabs that for West Brom, and we can see a sort of pattern of play here. Sheffield Wednesday are still on top, and at the minute West Brom just don't seem to be able to get past that halfway line, and West Brom are struggling. And my radio, that coverage seems to have gone down. We shall keep trying to get that coverage back. We'll give it another 5 minutes and we'll go somewhere else. Bartley for West Brom. Bartley on the left hand side for Hegem. Let's change it and then change it back. Perhaps if we change it, it'll.
Win it back and are living dangerously inside the.
I think the Reading game has now gone off. Right, I can't get the Reading game. We'll keep on trying it. Ajayi for West Brom down the right hand side. I'm just going to stay on for a minute just to see if we get anything from this game. As no, still not. We've got that one. No, we've still got just the 2 goals. But I thought I'd seen another goal there. Palmer cuts into that, intercepts that one, gives it to Windass. Oh, here we go. Across from the right hand side to left, but again Furlong for West Brom is actually doing a sterling job over the right hand side for them, and he cuts that one out, kicks it forward, and Wednesday put it out on halfway for a West Brom. So West Brom are just starting to use Furlong a little bit better now, and because he keeps getting in there and he keeps intercepting things, and they need to use him down that right hand side. They seem to be just starting to try and feed it into him as well as waiting for him to intercept it. So that's doing well. My stream on Reading is a bit iffy. So let's go to one of the other games. Let's go Derby versus Norwich. Now, what did we think? Derby and Norwich. We were actually, a lot of you were thinking a draw for this, and I went with most of you for a 2-2 draw. Some others thinking it's going to be the Norwich Renaissance, and it would be a Norwich win by probably just 1 goal. Let's see what the games admit. We've got injury to Derby's Adams. Da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. So we are waiting. We've got injury time at the minute. 18 minutes and 57. Derby 0, Norwich 0. Let's just have a look at the stats then while we're doing that. So at the minute, there's only been 1 shot, and it wasn't on target, and it was by Derby County. Very, very slow game according to that one. Very few attacks. Very, very, very few attacks indeed. They seem to get both teams appear by the statistics to be getting halfway and then just not going any further.
It was Elliott with the
midfield. Norwich seem to be ruling midfield slightly, but hell, that could be 0-0. Based on those stats, guys, that's going to be a 0-0 draw. Did any of you say that? No, 2-2s and 1-1s I've seen from you, but that is a dire game at the minute. That really is. As let's just play a little bit along with it. When Norwich have the ball with Schwartz across to Schwartzau. Oh, but Kashin intersects that one right in the right on the edge of the box. Gives it forward to Goodman. Mendes lying down the left to Yates. Jerry Yates is way on the left side there. Forsyth back into the midfield. And they try to probably if they do the championship thing, they'll pass it to the right hand side and try and probe up the right. Ooh, but Norwich, one of the Norwich players gets the ball and Derby County hacks him down, so they get a yellow card and it's a Norwich free kick. That is not going. I'm just looking at the odds because if I look at the stats there and I look at how they're playing and the sort of how they've just played that last couple of minutes.
Just go for it. Oh, it's Pearson instead, and there we are. The deadlock has been broken.
Oh,
and it's
Reading.
on the way of the away side.
It's Huddersfield.
It's, Matthew Pearson, the veteran.
My stream comes back just as Huddersfield score.
And with both teams struggling to pick up some form. In recent games, Huddersfield without a win in the last two. Both of them ending in losses. The same for Reading to boot as well. The home side are looking down the barrel at 3 in a row. And it has come, thanks to the opener, from the Huddersfield defender, Matthew Pearson.
Matthew Pearson for Huddersfield, and it's now
On the 21st minute.
Nobody said I spelt Reading wrong. Reading 0, Huddersfield 1. We'll put that one into the mix, and that's our third goal. It's Reading 0, Huddersfield 1.
It is Pearson.
And both our League One games have goals now.
Beyond David Button. And work to do now for Ruben Stellis' side. As I say, they will not want to be dropping down the positions any further.
It's not looking too good.
In the 3 o'clock.
Let's see where that puts them, because it may be a little too quick for them to update the table. But I mean, at the minute they're on 18th. They're in 18th on 7. They could quite easily be in the bottom soon if they carry on like that. And it's not for want of putting out a decent side. And I mean, I do agree with people like and Norwich had a good cross there, but it was cut out by Zetterstrom. With the Blue Monday podcast, where he keeps saying it's not the team that generally relegates the side; it's what happens off the pitch. And unfortunately for Reading, I think that's the thing that's likely to happen. If they go down, then it can't be put down to the team. That team is more than capable, I think, of having a decent mid-table position. But what happens off pitch is quite often just too much to think about, and it just infiltrates the way the team are feeling. And I just had another yellow card for Norwich. I just want to have a quick look, so that one won't be on here yet. So Craig Forsyth had a yellow card on 21. We just had another. So they've had 2 yellow cards now, Norwich City. No, Norwich City have had one. Norwich City have had 1 yellow card. Derby County have had 1 yellow card. Derby's was for Forsyth. So on 21. So we're starting to see a couple of yellow cards. I mean, I don't know what you think about this, but this new, it's not a rule, is it? It's guidance from the top man to say that if anybody even lifts a finger or says a word to a linesman or the referee, you get a yellow card for it. So dissent is now being issued with yellow cards straight away, and that's it. And it was about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? There was a game about 2 weeks ago. There was 24 yellow cards, and it's like, how the hell do you do that? They're like, there's only no red cards, just 24 yellow. And you think, well, hang on, that's bloody ridiculous, because you only. And it's because they're handing yellow cards out to the managers and the assistants and people on the bench and people on the, and then of course you get several yellow cards. So the manager takes people off to refresh them with people from the bench, and then they get yellow card. I mean, like, it's very difficult to get to that. When you think about it, when there's only a sort of 11 men on the pitch, that's 22. How the hell do you get 20 odd yellow cards in a game? And we did a watch along with the it's still Derby 0, Norwich 0 as Goodman has a shot for Derby off target. And near in the second half they got 7 yellow cards, and I think 2 of them were for the bench. And I'm not sure what you think, but this whole idea of giving yellow cards as soon as you sort of open your mouth is absolutely absurd, because sometimes the ref does get it wrong, and being astonished at a decision shouldn't mean that you suddenly get a yellow card. It has to be taken as is he being nasty, is he being vicious, or is he just saying, well, I don't particularly agree with it. But now, if you say, well, I don't particularly agree with it, you get a yellow card for it. Not sure I agree with it, because it's stopped. We're supposed to be making the game continue more by introducing this. If you kick the ball away now and it means that play will be stopped for even a second longer, you get a yellow card. We're supposed to be making the game more continuous. But you're not if you're saying that every time somebody says, "Oh, I don't agree with that ref, he's going to get a yellow card." It doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I don't know what you think, but it's a strange set of rules that we're starting to come out with, and I'm not sure that some of them are for the good of the game. I really am not. And we've got another goal at Sheffield. And it's now Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. And West Brom have not done what I thought they would do. I said if it worked, West Brom would trounce Wednesday, or it could be a draw. Hell, it doesn't look like it's going to be a draw now. But we are early on, and it's Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. I don't know what you think, but that is a surprise to me. Shall we see if we can find who it is? It's a Windass header for the first one, is it? Yeah. Windass header for the first one. I think it's from a corner. It's from a corner, I believe, but I'm not sure who scored it. Yeah, it's from a corner. Not sure who scored it. Furlong. So Furlong scored. Oh, right, okay. So Furlong scored an own goal in 9 minutes. It's actually Windass that scored that one from the corner. From the corner, I think. I'm not sure. Let's have a quick look. No, it was a for Maywu long through ball, and Sheffield Wednesday's Windass got it from a long ball from Maywu. So that's a break from the back, because that's where he usually sort of sticks to quite rigidly.
Newcastle and Manchester City, as all of the 12:30s are edging towards the half-hour mark. Blackburn 0, QPR 0, Derby 0, Norwich City 0 as well. Sheffield Wednesday have doubled the lead against West Bromwich Albion.
They don't always get. I wanted to wait for that, see if he got the score right, and he's actually got it right. Because they are about 2 minutes behind on that live there. So we have. Let's have a quick check. We have Reading 0, Huddersfield 1. We have Crawley 0, Bolton 1 in League 1. We have Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. Oh, equaliser for Reading. And you heard it from the live there. We have a Reading goal, and it's
when Huddersfield couldn't get out of their feet in their own defence. Comes the way of
It's the high pressure. He's just said there, they're playing high, they've got high pressure. And what did I say? They hate high pressure. They hate that back line being pushed. And with only 3 at the back, they have capitulated. And I could see that happening if Reading did play that high line. And it's now Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. What were we saying? Well, we were saying 1-0 to Huddersfield. Well, that's already gone, isn't it? A few of you were saying 2-1 to Huddersfield, so let's see if a few of you are right. We're going to quickly come out of that. Now that we know that Sheffield Wednesday's goal scorers. We haven't been to Blackburn for a while, so we go to We started with Blackburn ages ago. We'll go back into the Blackburn game. It's on 31 minutes and 32 seconds. At the minute, let's just look at the stats. We have 52% possession to Blackburn at home, 48 to QPR. 2 shots for Blackburn, 1 on target. 3 shots for QPR, 1 on target. So it's pretty even at the minute on stats. Let's have a look at the actual play. Hyam for Blackburn at the minute, running around midfield. Piers, Hyam, a couple of 1-2s along the back line. Pickering, Hedges. Blackburn not really doing much with it at the minute, just passing it around the back stroke left hand side. Hyam's been pushed into the corner there. We don't really want to be getting caught in the corner. He pushes it forward to Wyman, up to Dolan. Dolan runs into the QPR half. Oh, and he crosses it, and Carter has a shot on target, but Nardi grabs it. And has he caught it or has he pushed it out? It looks like that might be a corner. So Blackburn there, really good break from Blackburn. It wasn't a corner, it was taken by the goalkeeper and kicked out. Blackburn kick it out for a QPR throw, and it's now QPR throw near the halfway line. Passing it back to Sato. And Sato now can try and build for QPR. That was a close call there by QPR. They let Blackburn scythe through their back, all the way through midfield, all the way through defence, and they just stood there and let Blackburn have a shot on goal from inside the penalty area. So QPR not very effective on stopping that instant break there. As Sato intercepts that. Sato gets it back. Travis intercepts it again. Sato's passing was not very good there. Ahashi for Blackburn. Up to Dolan, up to Ahashi and Nardi. Oh, Nardi stops that one from getting any closer. And again, Blackburn go all the way from one end of the pitch to the other. Blackburn, although it's quite an even game statistics-wise, Blackburn are certainly catching QPR on the break. One would expect if Blackburn score, it's going to be from one end to the other. As Willie said, Reading are actually doing a damn good job at home to Huddersfield. It's Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. And it's like I said, Huddersfield hate being pushed high up the pitch. And we see yellow card for QPR.
Space on the edge of the box, wide area, goes blazing over the crossbar. There looks to have been a save though from Butter. The referee has awarded a corner for them. It was Kasumu who tried his luck only a minute or so ago. Finding the space yet again. In fact, it was Spencer, the number 17, had the time to pick his spot, just put his laces through it. And
so Huddersfield corner.
Stretch of David Button.
So we'll listen to the Reading Huddersfield game as Huddersfield try and push their way forward now. And wait for the corner, I suppose.
Swinger with his left foot. And your red shirt in the box waiting to attack this one. Zonal marking from Reading. As things stand, let's see how that pays off. It goes to the near post. It is cleared by the first man in, Harvey Nibbs. Another set piece. For the Terriers, back where we were. Defence getting back into their zonal marking positions. With quite a congested 6-yard area as things stand. There are two players on the other edge of the box. In Karoma.
Pickering now for Blackburn, crosses it, but it's kicked out. Dolan crosses it to Hyam. Dolan, Hyam. Oh, Blackburn was so close there, and it's kicked out by QPR. Another corner to Huddersfield. I'm sort of watching also watching the Blackburn game here. Blackburn are now pulling it back. Blackburn are turning up the heat now at home to QPR. They cross it again, and Dunn kicks it out. Only as far as Tronstadt, and Tronstadt can attack now for Blackburn. Crosses it to Hedges across to the right for Travis. Travis now. And Blackburn are turning up the heat. Carter on the right hand side, back to Travis in the middle. Hyam, Pickering on the left. Blackburn are all over this. They've got a dangerous throw in now. 37 minutes at Blackburn. Short to Pickering, back to Tronstadt on the left, back to Travis near the middle. Tronstadt 1-2 there. Pickering, Tronstadt, couple of 1-2s. Travis, it bat. You know, it's all. I say it's all Blackburn, and then Sato nicks the ball and gives it back to Field. Sato, Powell. It's can. Huddersfield corner again. Ooh, yellow card for Blackburn. Let's have a look at this. I don't know whether we'll get everything yet, but Blackburn have two yellow cards now.
One hand raised by Headley. A bit deeper this time towards the centre of goal, but it is cleared out as Lees couldn't reach it. All the way now to Kasumu.
We're gonna go with. We've got Crawley 0, Bolton 1. As Huddersfield missed the net. Let's go with a Crawley Bolton. We're going Crawley Bolton. It's Crawley 0, Bolton 1 as Crawley are in the attacking with Kelly. Back to Flint. Kelly. Flint. Oh, Thomason grabs that, but Kamara manages to intercept his back pass, and it gets crossed for. And it's Kamara has a shot, but it's off target, and it goes straight up the other end, and Bolton then have a shot off target by Charles, and it's end-to-end stuff in Crawley. At the minute, it's Crawley 0, Bolton 1. Stats there are 74% possession to Crawley, and they're losing 1-0. The difference is, and I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but Crawley have had 3 shots, none on target. Don't get them on target, don't score. Bolton had 5 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. Decent. In fact, that's very good conversion. Very good stats. Their conversion rate's really good. But Crawley not really doing it. I wonder if Crawley are actually being forced to shoot from outside the box. As Bolton have another shot, but the goalkeeper grabs it. At the minute, if Crawley can get a shot on target, they'd be okay. But at the minute, they're not doing. Let's have a look at the last game for Crawley. Will it let me into the last game? Yeah, it will. So Crawley's last game was Wrexham. So Crawley they had 18 shots, 7 on target. So they were actually quite good at in their last game against as far as conversions. The conversion rate was. So that's actually quite surprising. At the minute, they're not getting them on target, and that's a bit of a worry if you were a Crawley fan. If only they could change that, they'd be probably able to equalise, and they may be. Oh, they are their home team. They could possibly take the win, but they're going to have to get some on target, like they did against Wrexham. And if you can get them on target against Wrexham, surely to God you can get them on target against Bolton. Because we know that they can be shaky at the back. They can also be extremely good at the back. So Santos now for Bolton kicks it out. Bit of pressure from Crawley. Crawley Town have a relatively dangerous throw-in. Let's just follow this and see whether they get anywhere with it. And we wait to see. Let's see if that's. I want to see if that's still on. Reading, come on, give me the Reading one back. But Williams intercepts that for Crawley from a Bolton pass, but he kicks it out, and it's a Bolton throw-in. So Bolton throwing in their own half.
Spencer is finding some decent space on that far side.
Those first two games, I just want to see if there's a goal in those first two championship games, because we've got 2 0-0s at the minute. As Crawley with Flint intercepts it in his own, kicks it forward. No, gives it sideways, so comes back to Williams for Crawley, who kicks it out.
Broken the deadlock at St James's Park. It's Joško Gvardiol, the Croatian defender, via a Jack Grealish assist, that have got
Man City 1 here.
up and running in the northeast.
And it's a Bolton throw. It's been played too far on that far side, and it keeps going out for a throw-in. Cogley for Bolton. Back to Thompson. Cogley, nice 1-2. But it goes out for a Crawley throw. Doesn't look too interesting down there. So Crawley Bolton doesn't look too interesting at the minute. Let's go Derby Norwich. Derby Norwich. Norwich City now going down the middle with Schwartzau. What's the stats here? We've got stats of 4 shots for Derby, none on target, 3 shots for Norwich, 1 on target.
The number 10 for Huddersfield. 4 and 8 so far this season. He's nearly matched his.
It's not actually giving me the possession.
6 goals in 40 matches. Of course, that did come in the championship, so maybe being able to
almost 50-50 with the looks of it. Almost 50-50. So not much difference between these two sides. We were expecting a little bit of a fight back by Norwich, because that side is so much better than where they're positioned. And
he goes for goal from the edge of the box. Finally finding that yard of space that he has seldom seen.
So we've got both teams here. Huddersfield and Reading are both pushing for that goal. We've just had Huddersfield pushing quite severely. I've got 4 or 5 corners by Huddersfield then, but nothing coming from it. And now we've got Reading trying to fight back at the other end. So that's a couple of minutes left of there before half time. And we go for a cup of coffee. We've got Saints Doyle for Norwich. And Norwich now. Back to Nunes. Cool. Through ball to Fisher. Fisher now trying to get into position, trying to get round the defence, but he passes it back to McLean. Tries a through ball to Doyle, but he misses it. Back rebound. Doyle grabs that one. So he's managed to get that back, but kicks it out for a throw-in. And
now in League One, not the league where they will want to be in.
Norwich managed to get that back. Oh, kicking it. But it's straight to the goalkeeper. Norwich had a long shot there, but not good enough. 5 minutes injury time at Derby.
To show that they have been the better side in this half Huddersfield, but as things stand, with 5 seconds left of the normal 45, waiting the board to go from the fourth official, we will be going into the break level, unless they get something from this corner, as Evans swings it into the back post. It's a good one, punched up by Button, only to the edge of the box. Kazuma goes for goal, too many red, blue and white shirts in the way.
Huddersfield is certainly pushing for a quick leading goal before half time. There are not many minutes left. As Norwich have another long pass into the middle, but it's kicked out only as far as Fisher. Fisher now, what's he? Oh, he's going to pass it back to Angus Gunn. Passes it down the left, but then Adams intercepts that one. Pass it to Jackson. Jackson now passing it along the back for Derby County. Pushes it forward down the sort of mid-right section to Adams. Adams for Derby. Oh, and he passes it to the right, but it goes out for a Norwich throw-in. They pass it down, but it goes out for another Norwich throw-in. That gets passed back all the way from the left-hand side to the right-hand side with McLean, Nunes, back to McLean, back to Duffy, across to Cordoba, and Duffy. So that's the half-time at Reading. We'll just watch the last 3 minutes from the Derby game, as it's Derby 0, Norwich City 0. 47 minutes 27 seconds. Nunes. Oh, and it's straight in there. They have done it. Norwich, I said they were pushing for that little one, trying to probe down, and it's Derby 0, Norwich City 1 on 47 minutes 45, and it's literally 2 minutes for half time, and Derby capitulate, and it's Norwich have indeed managed to get something before half time. It did look like they were just trying to break the back, but Derby kept pushing, and then all of a sudden you got this little bit of extra pressure from Norwich down their right hand side and crossed in, and that's a goal for Norwich City. And I think Derby will be hoping that does. That's 45 plus 3 by Borja Saints for Norwich. And we try and get a front. Right footage. It came into him from the right hand side, and it's met him really close to goal, and he's just right footed it straight into the goal. So that was just a really good cross there from the right hand side, and that's where it all started. We got 50 seconds left as Norwich pass it back to Duffy. But that's far too long shot. That will cross shot come something. Zetterstrom grabs it anyway, and he's just playing the ball along the back line now. I think they're as good as done for this half, as he wellies it down the left hand side, but Schwartzau will pass it back to Cordoba for Norwich, and Norwich are now just playing the last 15-16 seconds out, I think. Back to Duffy. Yeah, they're just going to pass it along the back now, guys, and Duffy back to Angus Gunn and back to Cordoba. And they could do something down the left hand side in the last minute. Schwartzau, Cordoba, Schwartzau, McLean. It doesn't look like they're going to try it, but they might do. It does look like they're sort of passing it quite nicely. It must be time now. Push it to Saints. Oh, Goodman grabs that one. It could have been another one right in the last dying seconds of the first half. We must have 30 seconds for the goal, which we've now had the extra 30 seconds for the goal. As Goodman has a shot, and they're not giving up yet. Derby County, and Norwich lose it just as the whistle goes there, and Derby County actually grabbed it in the box there and almost had a chance to fire one home, but it ends the first half. So we have at half time Blackburn 0, QPR 0 in a very boring game. We have Derby County 0, Norwich 1. Not as interesting as what I thought that was going to be. Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. Who would have thought that? Crawley 0, Bolton 1. Probably the only game I really thought would have been the sort of score I was expecting. And Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. That's following what I said when I saw the team sheet, and I'm thinking Reading are playing high up the pitch, and Huddersfield hate people playing high up the pitch, especially when they're at home, when the other team's at home, because they've got that extra man from the crowd. And we will now have a cup of tea. I will put, or in my case, coffee. We're going to put the Be Right Back on, and we'll leave you with the summary from the Reading game, and I shall see you in 10 minutes or so. Have a cup of coffee. See you soon.
Both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later, though, Reading getting their equaliser. Thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nix winning it on the edge of the box or firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half-time at the Benesik Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later, though, Reading getting their equaliser. Thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nix winning it on the edge of the box or firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half-time at the Benesik Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later, though, Reading getting their equaliser. Thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nix winning it on the edge of the box or firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half-time at the Benesik Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later, though, Reading getting their equaliser. Thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nix winning it on the edge of the box or firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half-time at the Benesik Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later, though, Reading getting their equaliser. Thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nix winning it on the edge of the box or firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half-time at the Benesik Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory at the break, though. It is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener, though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. Right. In the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. It was the away side to get the opener though, with the defender Matty Pearson via a set piece getting on the end of Anthony Evans' efforts. Only 9 minutes later though, Reading getting their equaliser thanks to high pressure after Huddersfield dithering in defence. Harvey Nicks winning it on the edge of the box before firing it into the top corner, leaving Chapman with no chance. All to play for in the second half. Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1. Half time at the Essex Stadium in a game where both teams will be desperate for a victory. At the break though, it is Reading 1, Huddersfield Town 1.
If you're one yellow card each at Derby. Oh, I didn't know that. Blackburn versus QPR is a red card. Let's have a quick look at that. Nobody, you didn't mention that we got a red card. I mean, that's. Let's have a look at this. We must have a look at this. So, what are we talking? We're talking. Blackburn QPR. Oh, it's so Varane got a red card for QPR. 45 minutes plus 2. So let's have a quick look at why. There's actually no mention of it. Let's have a quick. Oh, let's change that a little bit because we can all play this. Actually, it's from the app. So it's from the app. So let's. So this is the red card when the Sky app. Oh, come on.
Out to control as he went in on Danny Bart. The referee's having a think about it. Not for his pocket. Of the card is red. And Queen's Park Rangers Down
For heaven's sake.
to 10.
The delivery?
I'm trying to get it up so that I can show you, but
There's nothing quite like the delivery. You in?
I think he does catch him on the ankle. His Captain Cook knows that it's a bit too much, it's too strong.
bloody hope not, you stupid.
So my shirt was-
The only thing with Sky app is it's absolutely naff,
Absolutely the toughest thing.
and it won't open it up for me.
There are stains you don't want to wash. For all others, use pearls for the first time stain removal.
I don't really see it there, but
Now the referee has got another decision to make here. Duran, is he out of control as he went in on Danny Bart? The referee's having a think about it.
so you give a red card. Doesn't actually show you very much, to be quite honest, but it's not letting me.
The Jets' big orange sale
No.
is now on.
The Sky Sports app is probably one of the most useless apps. It's several minutes behind. And like you say, you try and open that so that we can actually see the whole thing in full screen, and it doesn't let you. But it's okay. It does give us the sort of it does it. You get the benefit of at the end of at the half or at the end of the game. It's quite good at collating the whole score, every single score. So it's quite good to have them all in one place. It's Newcastle 0, Man City 1. If somebody's interested in that. Let's go back just to make sure we're collected. That's going to be interesting. So let's just have a look at how that would affect QPR. And we know, QPR equalised against Huddersfield from 2-1 down to 2-2 with 10 men. So actually, QPR have been known to be quite ruthless when they're down to 10 men and actually play better. May not be as much of an issue. I think Varane is one of those that tends to sort of switch with Sam Field. It's going to give Sam Field a little bit more of a job to do, but I don't think it's going to be too bad because he's still trying to channel it down through to Dembele or Sato. You might not see Smith as much, but then Smith would have to probably come across a bit to play with Dembele in the middle. But I don't see that making too much of an issue for QPR. It's probably, there is no best position to get a red card in. However, that is, if I was to think of one, it would be that. That sort of shuttle filling role has now disappeared. So basically they're in 4-4-1. Sam Field, I think, will be the one to pull back. I think Sam Field will be the one to pull back and try and thread it through to Dembele and Michael Fry. But we'll see. So the only games they've gone, they've just started at Crawley and they've just started at Reading, as we can hear. We'll put that back up so we can hear that. This is a Reading versus Huddersfield game that we're watching here.
Not too big going out, but interestingly kept in there by Headley. The pace to the game, in truth, throughout the encounter.
It's
an
end-to-end. This is an end-to-end game. Now, I enjoy doing this. I didn't know whether to do something like this or not. But I'll tell you what, as I reduce the sound on that, I actually started this thinking I'd like to just watch with people. And Huddersfield had just scored. And it's from nowhere. There's actually nothing happening. Reading won. Oh, no, being disallowed. Being disallowed.
Absolutely no chance there.
So,
teams.
are they looking at
By
it?
5 points in the
The
league.
line.
It still is in the early passages of
So you should hear a big roar from the live stream in a minute.
incident there as I think a free kick had already been awarded, but the Huddersfield Town manager Michael Duff came onto the field to collect the ball. The referee had already blown his whistle. It's a free kick in a decent position this for the Terriers.
Let's hear this one then. This is where it goes in and it's disallowed.
Just have a great delivery on him. The number 21 ready to send this one in. It's another good ball in. Free header and they're in front again, but the referee sees the flag up on the far side.
Offside.
Pearson's second of the game.
Offside.
Going against
You see,
Huddersfield
that's
Town
interesting
there.
because
With a chance to get, their
I
nose
saw
in
it
front.
on Bet365 that they'd scored and then obviously they took it away. But then the live picks it up
Free kick to Reading,
slightly later.
immediately taken.
And
from the joy of
yeah,
that,
Reading
goal
are.
for Pearson,
It's been end to end to be quite honest, but I enjoyed it because I'm seeing things that I wouldn't have seen before. So doing these lives has taught me quite a lot. Like when I said at the beginning, I mean, whoever it was in it from the start. I remember saying, look, Reading are playing 4-3-3. They're pushing forward. If they play that high up the pitch, Huddersfield hate people playing high up against them, and they could capitulate. And you could see them doing it if they managed to play high up. Otherwise, you'd see Huddersfield just taking Reading for 3 or 4 goals. And when Huddersfield scored, Reading were sort of still pushing high up, and you could see that Reading were actually quite likely to equalise. And they played high up. They did what I thought they would do, which is capitulate. And yeah. So doing this has actually taught me a hell of a lot about the different sides and how they play and which formations they really hate. So I've enjoyed it, and I hope you lot enjoy it as well. As we're starting to get my Rotherham United text through. It's been 690 days since Rotherham won away. It's nearly 2 years. And the question is, can Rotherham win for the first time in 2 years? I was saying Shrewsbury 1, Rotherham 0. But after seeing some of the comments from Shrewsbury fans, I decided to renege on that one and say it was going to be 0-0. Yeah. So I've gone for a 0-0, and I don't think we're going to break the duck yet. But if we don't, I don't know how long our manager's going to stay manager. 2 relegations in 2 years. Not out of the question.
Over the heads of everybody, a body does go down. Half appeals from the Reading players, nothing given by the referee.
So we've got no goals yet. We've got Blackburn QPR is back underway. Let's see if we're going to get anything from this game, because this game just seems so boring from the stats and everything. I mean, we're already into 5 minutes into the second half. It's Blackburn 3 shots, 2 on target, no goals. QPR 3 shots, 1 on target, no goals. And if you look at the play, it's just. I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad it's only. I'm glad I'm not watching it. Really, I'm not. This is not a good game to be at. 50 minutes and just 3 shots on target for both with both sides, and you think, yeah, as a neutral, I'd be very, very bored. Which is quite surprising, because we know QPR can play football. We know they can play well. They played at the end of last season so bloody well. I don't actually see. I mean, they didn't make many changes during the off-season. They didn't need to. So what happened? Why did they suddenly become a side that was sort of average mid-table? As my stream goes, let's have a quick go back in there and try and get that back.
Influx of 3 o'clock kickoffs.
Oh, so I'm not
Later this
logged in,
afternoon,
that's
as
why.
there's good work on this near flank from Bottom. If he gets the shots away, blocked though.
Hate it when it decides to log me out. It's good having live streams, but when it logs you out, then you've got no bloody chance. Ooh, Huddersfield had a shot on goal there as well, just as we were logging back in.
This game,
So at the minute, Huddersfield.
his first goal.
It's quite. This is one of the games that a neutral would love. It's end to end. It's tackle. It's not long shot. There's no long football in it. We've got Reading playing quite high up. We've got Huddersfield trying to make the most of and get round the back of them, but not quite doing it at the minute. Reading are now attacking down the right hand side. Lewis wing, Headley intercepts that one, and he'll try and settle the game down. No, he hasn't. He's pushed it forward and he gets it immediately back. And he wells it forward again, and Reading's Abrefa grabs that one in defence.
The constant pace, the never-ending pace of League One football. It will continue midweek
Just
as well.
want to have a look at whether anything happened at half time, because I was looking at that.
It's an away trip, and it's a big one as
Not
well.
for Reading.
One of the only 2 teams ahead
Nope.
of them in the league standings at the moment of Birmingham City. Tuesday evening as well. They'll be back at home for a Yorkshire derby against Barnsley. For Reading, their next weekend match is away
Right,
to
so
Rotherham
no
United.
changes at Reading.
So, as we say, it's
So
3 games in 7 days.
1-1.
Often, isn't it?
Interesting game at Reading.
Weekend
It's
and a midweek game to boot as
it's
well.
end to end at the minute. Lewis wing for Reading. He's still playing that middle position, and he Echevishunum lose it to Spencer right in the corner, right by the corner flag, and Spencer tries to play his way out, but Wing grabs it. Wing is pushed, crosses it, and it's a goal! Reading win. Lewis Wing there in the corner, and he pushes it across. And Reading have done it. They've broken the back of Huddersfield, and it's Reading 2, Huddersfield 1. What a bit of amazing play there by Lewis Wing. And as I said, he plays on the wing. He was in the corner, crossed it over, and absolutely brilliant piece of work by Lewis Wing. And it's suddenly the home side that are in front. Reading 2, Huddersfield 1.
As they look to try and build on their tally of set pieces, taken quickly by Abotham. He'll get it back now from Wing. Abotham, Wing once again, the 2 intertwined into the box.
Wing.
Brilliant, who gets the shot away, and through a couple of bodies he will find the net, much to the frustration of Chapman in the Huddersfield Town goal. It was a well-taken quick corner though from Reading. Abotham and Wing working well together on that near side, eventually finding Elliott on the edge of the box.
The Wing through to Elliott,
No mistake. Side
and
footing
in
into
the net.
corner.
So Wing, I think, was absolutely brilliant with that.
Huddersfield Town 1, and this is a victory that will be
Oh,
very,
we have
very welcomed by the
Sheffield
home
Wednesday
support.
winning.
Feel that the ball was rolling.
We have Reading winning. We have Bolton winning.
Play was allowed to continue.
We have Norwich winning.
Spencer.
And hold the news. We have a game. We have a goal in every game now. We have a goal at Blackburn. We have a goal at Blackburn, and it's now Blackburn 1, 10-man QPR 0. We'll go in there in a minute, and we'll see where the goals come from. But it's now a goal in each game. I transition that one for you so that you can see this. Let's have a go at who scored it. Lewis Travis on 52 minutes.
More advanced midfielders, but Wing getting involved in that attack as well with Botham.
Right-footed shot from outside the box, down to the bottom left corner.
In front for the first time.
Tyrese Dolan passed it to him, and it's straight from one side to the other shot. And it's Blackburn who take the lead.
The referee races over as an altercation between the two sets of players.
It's Pearson for Huddersfield. Matt Wing grabs it. Wing's actually been playing really well, although, you know, I can't help but feel he's been doing a lot of work in midfield, in the centre. But as soon as he went out onto the left-hand side, bang, he's played brilliantly, and there's a goal. He really does play well on the wing, surprisingly enough. And he has a really good cross on him. So I'm not surprised that he did well there. And Reading now are in the lead. Where does that take Reading to? Because that would be... and moreover, where does it take Huddersfield to? Huddersfield are now in 5th on 12th. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams below them on 11. And another 3 on 10. So it's as Wing grabs it in the middle. And he passes it to Nibs, and Nibs shoots. Oh, and it's narrowly out off target there, but it's gathered, kicked out by Huddersfield, and Reading are really pushing now to get another goal. They've got a throw in not too far away from the right side of the Huddersfield penalty area, and now it's 12 position. He's following me. 12th position now with 10 points, and they will be absolutely happy with this one, because it's like I say, it's always the things that happen off pitch that affect people, and it's really important that we, for the fans, to have something to smile about, because they haven't got much to smile about at Reading, and I do feel sorry for them. So, if you're liking it, anybody out there, like and subscribe, and we can keep on with this. I'm learning, I'm enjoying it. If you have any comments, then please do make them. If you think I can make things better or do things better, then do say something, because I'm always open for a bit of a chat or a bit of a criticism, as long as it's productive. I don't mind. I'm always learning.
Allows Reading to pick up the pieces, and Benge out wide for Craig. Down the line, it's a good one. Into Campbell. Sam Smith makes his way into the
yellow
area.
card for Huddersfield.
From behind by Headley. Going to Marshall. He will lose out though.
Headley gets a yellow card now.
Out wide for Campbell.
The guy can't get a yellow card, he's already got one. Spencer,
Eventually, the space.
who's just got
The attack comes
one?
away in Huddersfield Town. It's 3-on-3, but there's
Headley? No.
a flurry of blue and white shirts
Don't know who's
players
got
to
that
get
one.
back into defence.
Trying to see who's got that yellow
Down
card.
from the tackle made by Kasumu. No love lost between these two. An altercation a couple of minutes ago. Kasumu.
So,
continuing
let's have a go and see where we are going next, as it's Reading 2, Huddersfield 1. It's very end-to-end. Who knows how that's going to finish. Now, a lot of you, if I'm right, go down to the Reading game. A lot of you are saying 2-1 to Huddersfield. So, it's at the minute it's the opposite way round. Not many people, in fact, I don't think anybody's expected a Reading win. There were people thinking it would be a draw, but not many. And at the minute, doesn't look like a Huddersfield win. So,
in his place, the number 9.
let's see how the Blackburn game is actually going, shall we? Because at the minute, QPR are in the attack. Oh, Wyman intercepts that, pass it to the middle to Travis. Travis running over the halfway line. Still got the ball. Travis doing a couple of 1-2s in midfield, trying to keep it.
Plenty on at once.
A free kick to Blackburn. They're really pushing forward now, Blackburn. And let's have a look at the stats. Is this changing the stats? 58% possession to Blackburn. Blackburn are starting to turn up the heat. 6 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. Whereas QPR have stayed stationary in the last 10-20 minutes and since before half time, and it's 3 shots and 1 on target, no goals. So they haven't managed to get a shot on target since about 10 minutes before half time. It's not looking good for QPR. Looks like Blackburn are well in the driving seat. The best of opportunity chances. The XG for QPR is 0.44. The XG for Blackburn is 0.37. So it's interesting because not Blackburn are in the lead, but they're not the highest XG. So that sort of suggests that they're making really good use of the chances they get. Oh, and it's Newcastle 1, Man City 1, if anybody's interested in that one. And we've had 2 goals. We've just had 2 goals in the Championship. Let's go to Blackburn first. And I just came out of that damn game, and that's really annoying. I came out of the game, and we got a goal, and it's Blackburn 2. I was saying that they're running riot, and they really are pushing high up now. Blackburn 2, QPR 10-man 0. It's also Derby County 1, Norwich 1. So Derby County have equalised at home. Derby County 1. Add that one to the mix. Norwich 1. So it's all and what's hang on a minute. Oh yeah, we had that one before, didn't we? I thought we'd missed the Reading one there. Don't get too excited, John. Stop it. I want to go to the Crawley games. We've not been to the Crawley game, and I want to go to the Crawley game because, let's face it, this is for blimey. Crawley well hit into the penalty area, gets kicked out. He gets kicked back in, gets kicked back out. Bragg kicks it, tries to through ball it, but Thomason kicks it out. Malarkey, Williams, Darcy. Oh, tackle by Thomason, good tackle, and Bolton kick it out for a Crawley Town throw-in. At the minute, it's Crawley Town 0, Bolton 1, but Crawley Town are on the front foot as they throw it into Williamson, back to Kuterma, and it gets kicked out again for a Crawley throw. Oh, he throws it short, but it goes to Bolton. It goes to Sean. He kicks it forward to McKenna to grab for Crawley Town. Oh, crossed it to the far side for Flint, and Crawley back to McKenna. Adebayo manages to grab that one, but Flint tackles him, and Crawley Town can try and build from the back. It's you'd expect Bolton to be able to put their stamp on this at 1-0 up. Crawley have had a tendency to sort of just pull back, so they would have needed to put the stamp on it, and they haven't. And Crawley Town are pushing forward, and it goes out, and Crawley Town will make a substitution. Let's see if the Crawley Town substitution can make a difference. It's Reading 2, Huddersfield 1, Crawley Town 0, Bolton 1, and Crawley are starting to turn the screw and try and push forward now. Sheffield Wednesday will be going to in a minute. Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 0. Derby County just scored against Norwich City. Derby 1, Norwich 1. Blackburn just scored a second against 10-man QPR, and it's Blackburn 2, QPR 0.
Hasn't really been the outlook in attack for Huddersfield this afternoon, particularly in this second half. They've been absent in
So I've got the 2-0 left for QPR. Yep. At the minute, as Crawley make another shot, but it's Bolton who grab it, kick it out, and it goes all the way to the side, and without a substitution, it's gone out. It's going to be a substitution for Bolton. I think Bolton need to start putting fresh legs on here, and they don't look. They just seem to be stalling at the minute against Crawley. As we listen to the Reading versus Huddersfield game.
Reading are making their first change of the afternoon as well. It will be Kev Campbell to come off.
Campbell coming off for Reading.
And Adrian Akande
Akande.
to enter the field.
See, I'm quite impressed by him. I thought he's been playing. I'm surprised he's on the bench, really. I think he's quite a good little player.
Spent time at Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Swansea in his youth career before making the move to Reading. Just the third appearance for Akande.
It's one of these youth players, isn't he? Like it says, and you know, he's got I mean, you don't get into the youth squad at Chelsea for nothing. You've got to have had something to get in there.
70th minute on the
and let's see if he makes a difference for Reading. Or will they just sit back and try and hold that 2-1 win? Yeah, Reading. Reading, 2 on target, 2 goals. Yeah, let's face it. 2 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. What better conversion rate do you want? As Crawley Town. Oh, they lose it in their own half. Darcy and Dempsey having a good battle back there. Gets to Cogley. And Cogley pass it to McAtee. Cogley, Flint intercepts that one for Crawley. And Crawley can lob that, or kick that one out. And Crawley, kick it out. It's a bit of it's a throw-in, really dangerous one for Bolton. They throw it short. And Dempsey loses it to Forster and kicks it out. And Forster gives another free throw to Bolton. Try saying that if you're drunk. Ibrahim for Crawley. Lose it to Dempsey. They're doing pretty poor at the back now, Crawley. They're almost panicking. They don't need to panic. And we've got a goal at Sheffield Wednesday. We will go there, because I did say I was going to go there next. There's a goal at Sheffield Wednesday. If I can just put this in first, then we will go to it. It's Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 1. And we are going to go. And we've had what did we have on that one? I'm sure that's a goal that we've not got. Let's just see. What was the score at Derby? Yeah, we've had a goal at Derby. And Norwich have answered back immediately. And it's now Derby County 1, Norwich City 2. And we're getting goals now. Did want to go into the Sheffield Wednesday game. We'll just go into that. Sheffield Wednesday, it was Josh Meyer, their forward there. 65 minutes for West Brom. Oh, cold coffee, I hate that. So what have we had substitution-wise? We had die cart off for Mowat for West Brom.
A victory in this game to
Before the second half. In the second half, we've had more substitutions on 60 minutes for West Brom. Rakic off, Johnston on, Grant off, Diangana on, and
can he get the shot away? Gets it onto his right foot, checks back onto his left, back onto his right, too long.
and Sheffield Wednesday, Kabaki off and Max Lowe on. So we are trying. It's straight swap, I think, really for Sheffield Wednesday. Trying to just more of a sort of defensive attacker, if you can get one of those. One that's not quite. Kabaki is more of a sort of straight in there, try and get the ball lobbed forward to him and in the net. Whereas Max Lowe tries to play it, from what I can remember. So, Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom.
In a similar position to where Anthony Evans hit the crossbar in the first half. It led to the Huddersfield goal thanks to Pearson.
Sheffield Wednesday throw in on their left hand side.
No doubt be fearful there could be a repeat offence. It was Sam Smith, the striker, back to defend, that left a lazy layout there.
So, minute Derby County 1, Norwich City 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 1, and Sheffield Wednesday throw it in, but Furlong grabs it for West Brom. Furlong were playing well in the first half, so I don't know what Furlong's going to do here. Threads it through down the left hand side, but it goes out. And Wednesday get a throw in. Try threading it forward down the left themselves, and Ajayi runs it back, and Sheffield Wednesday tackle him, and it's a Sheffield Wednesday yellow card. I think they thought they could get it off Ajayi in the defence and just cross it from the left into the box, but not the right idea.
Can he get beyond the halfway line? He loses out. Miller, the space on the left now for Radulovic.
As we listen to
still waiting for his first touch. He won't get it there as it's intercepted by
Ready?
Benge. Ball down the line for Akande, intercepted though by Lonwijk, as both teams quickly interchanging possession there. Does lead to an intriguing final quarter of an hour though, as
Ajayi playing it from the back for West Brom.
the space when Huddersfield become more desperate in attack. Could it lead to the fourth goal of the game? Which way will it swing?
Not heard much from Marshall and Karoma. They don't seem to be quite doing the trick for Reading. However, West Brom push it in, cross it, but Bannon grabs it in the middle. Pretty lame cross, and West Brom could have done a bit better with that. But Sheffield Wednesday managed to intercept that quite nicely, and they will do their usual trick of passing it on the back. At the minute, West Brom have 68% possession. But you see, the thing is, I know you get bored with me, but
luckily for David Button, it fell his way. Who the last touch of?
12 shots for Sheffield Wednesday, 6 on target, 2 goals. Pretty good conversion rate. 9 shots on target for West Brom with 68% possession is not very good. 2 shots of those are on target, 1 goal. 2 shots on target, 1 goal is a good conversion rate, but with 68% possession, I'd be hoping for more than 9 shots at goal. So Sheffield Wednesday are on the whole pushing. They're making the shots come from outside the box, and West Brom just aren't managing to do something with it. As Windass and Bannon double up well, as they usually do. Cross it, and Ajayi knows that pair very well from his Rotherham days, and passes it forward to Moa. And Fellows again, down the right, Moa, Swift. Back to Moa. Diane Garner. Fellows again. He's pushing forward. This is another team that hate people playing high up. Is Sheffield Wednesday. Swift. Cross from the right to the left. Oh, Johnston on the left hand side. He can get a cross in, but he doesn't because Musaba grabs it from him, kicks it out, and Johnston will just tap it out for a Sheffield Wednesday throw in. And West Brom will make a substitution. West Brom are pushing, but they just need more shots. They're not being allowed into that final third. And I don't know whether we can get the stats on that, but the final third doesn't look... It looks like it's all being played... For West Brom, it's being played in midfield and defence. So stats... Don't think...
That's had a fine start to the season.
No, we're not getting the stats on that.
Attacking midfielder. Son of Robbie Savage, of course, Welsh international. 3 goals this season from 7 games, 2 in the league.
So Swift now for West Brom on the left hand side. Swift can try and play it. It's gone out. Come on, you've got to play better than that.
But it just showed that their midfielders.
It eventually comes back to Diane Garner and Swift and Moa, and West Brom can try. Let's see where they get to. Because they've got over the halfway line. They've got Furlong there. He approaches the
defender.
That's a free kick to West Brom. That's actually quite a dangerous one. Let's see. Wait and see what happens here. It's sort of middle of the Wednesday half. We'll wait for this one and we'll see whether they get anywhere with this. And we'll wait to see if West Brom can pull something from nowhere.
With around about 10 or so minutes to go, accounting, or not accounting rather, for additional time, at which there could be a couple of minutes.
Oh no, straight at the goalie, and Beadle will kick it out. Icky kicks it out. Moa. Oh, Michael Smith is on, and Michael Smith grabs that one from Moa. And West Brom take him down, and West Brom get a yellow card. Michael Smith intercepted that one, and it was just taken out. It's one of those tackles where you say you take one for the team. Because Smith was pretty much in a damn good position there. So Sheffield Wednesday versus West Brom. Let's see where that puts Sheffield Wednesday in the league, shall we? So at the minute, that puts Sheffield Wednesday in 16th on 7 points. West Brom still first, of course, on 16 points, but they've now got Sunderland behind them on 1 game less with 15 points, and Blackburn on the same points in third on 15 points. So Blackburn is still in third. They are obviously winning 2-0 at home to QPR. Let's do the Derby Norwich. Let's see where that puts the Derby and the Norwich team. Derby are in 11th. They could have been, they could have been in 5th place if they'd have won this one. But Norwich are in 7th on 11 points, and Derby are 11th on 9 points. So the league is looking quite tight. Let's go to the bottom. I've not looked at the bottom. Cardiff are on the bottom, 24th on 1 point. 23rd is Portsmouth on 3 points. Preston is third or 22nd with 5 points. But you've got Coventry and Millwall also on 5 points. I am actually keeping an eye on Sheffield Wednesday game because he just crossed it in and West Brom's goalie just grabs that one. So 79 minutes at Sheffield Wednesday. Furlong now on the right. Ajayi. They're going to have to wait for the corner here at Reading.
Leave it instead, I believe, for the left foot of Mikael Miller. So how will his delivery
Mikael Miller takes it.
this near side? Goes over to the away support, tucked in on that corner of the Medeski. Miller to take. Into the near post, going for goal as Button punches it clear. It will have been goal bound.
Yeah, Huddersfield are having a good corner, but straight at Button.
Savage wins it back with ball roll into
Reading's
Nibs.
Button, David Button there, pushing, kicking it straight out.
From Miller, he needs support, but
Wednesday, I know West Brom are into the Wednesday half. Hegum now, back to Swift. They're trying to get past the defence, just can't bloody do it. Back to Moa, back again, back to Moa. Diangana, just cannot do it. Diangana, they're trying to open up the gap, but they're not playing long enough balls to try and drag that defence. Oh, they do now with Hegum on the left. Johnston, but Johnston pulls it back. If you part the defence by moving it across, you need to go straight through it, and it's back into the West Brom half. Diangana now down the right hand side. Moa, Wallace, Diangana. West Brom are encamping the Wednesday half at the minute. Oh, push it through, but it's West Brom offside.
Number 41, a quick croqueta, but couldn't continue his run.
It's not looking
Centre circle.
at the minute. It doesn't look like West Brom can get an equaliser. They're just not able to get past that defence, and they keep getting there, but they just can't get past it. And when they do a shot, it's from pretty much long range, which is probably why they're not making many shots. As Beadle lobs it forward to Smith in the pass it to a West Brom player. Smith grabs it, but Furlong intercepts his pass. Charles was a good one there, but it goes out, and it's going to be a substitution again for West Brom. Will it be a final throw of the dice for West Brom? At the minute, Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 1, Derby County 1, Norwich City 2, Blackburn 2, 10-man in QPR 0, Crawley 0. There has been a goal at Crawley. There has been a goal at Crawley. It was Crawley 0, Bolton 1. It's now Crawley 0, Bolton 2. Put that one in for you. Let's see who scored that. It's John McCarthy. John McCarthy on about 6 minutes ago. So that's missed that one while we were looking at Sheffield Wednesday and listening to Reading. Still, as we can hear, it's Reading 2, Huddersfield. Huddersfield 1. Don't mix up who I'm listening to and who I'm watching. I've just got something in front of me at minute from Sheffield Wednesday. And West Brom are going forward with Swift.
Sheffield Wednesday are 2-1 up against West Bromwich Albion. Still Newcastle 1, Manchester City 1.
Pass it to Moa. They're getting it. Oh, crosses it, and Wednesday player kicks it out. But West Brom throw that in, and it goes straight to Palmer in the box. Palmer can oust that one immediately and get them out of trouble. But it doesn't go very far, and it's a goal. It doesn't go very far, and it's in the net, and Palmer just couldn't get that one out far enough. And it's Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 2, and Palmer just couldn't get it out of the area. And
could there still be time for a fourth? Which way will it go, or can Reading hold on to what would
Put
be a
that
very,
one
very
in.
important victory.
And as you can
Baker
see at the
sends
bottom
that
there,
into the stands, out for a Huddersfield throw-in.
well,
Deep
that way,
inside.
Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 2,
No one yet making themselves available. Pearson sends it down the line, looking
and
for Sorensen. He loses out.
81 minutes. Oh, well, 84 minutes.
Good hold and play from the number 10.
And
Kick. The referee
just
won't give it though. Lees.
not.
Now into Pearson. He may go long. Early cross in, looking to Miller. Played out to the edge of the box. Chance to get a shot away.
And it looks like it's Meyer.
To his right boot. He's forced outside of the box, however. Into Hodge.
Hang on. No.
Pearson.
No, it's not. Hang on.
To the right flank.
I'm thinking I'm
for
looking at
Sorensen.
the own goal for
Evans.
Furlong
First
on
time
9
ball
minutes.
into the box, looking for Radulovic. It misses Radulovic. Into Miller.
It's Moat. Moat on 84 minutes.
Height on it. Not it down. Acrobatic effort from Evans.
Ah.
Sent out for a goal kick. Gets his bearings all wrong there. The number 21 saw his name in lights for the late equaliser. Goes considerably wide.
Oh dear, Huddersfield there having a
Surprisingly,
quick.
will be taking his time on this one. The number 1 of Reading. Just a minute
Huddersfield
and a
there
half.
trying to
Normal 90.
do an acrobatic attack on goal and just
Continues to
fluffing
pile
it.
pressure on.
If you're behind, you don't want to take acrobatic risks.
Blood to his
You
head.
want to try and make sure, yeah, rush the blood to his head. The guy said there. I'm afraid. Oh my God! And it's Wednesday. While I'm talking, Wednesday have just gone in the lead, and it's now Wednesday 3, West Brom 2. What is happening at Hillsborough? I can't believe this. It's ridiculous. It's now Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom, and West Brom managed to get from a Parma sort of fluff. West Brom get back in on it, and then all of a sudden it's Sheffield Wednesday now 3-2 up. And I'm trying to find who. So 70 minutes, Musaba.
Moments away from finding out how many minutes will be awarded by the fourth
No.
official.
Oh yeah, 70 minutes, Musaba.
Reading will be hoping for as few as possible. Huddersfield will be desperate. For a large
No,
number.
3. Oh, I've given in. 3. It's Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2.
Time, 6 minutes of additional time awarded. It will be welcomed by Michael Duff.
Dink, dink, dink.
Amounts for Ruben
Lineups.
Sellis' team to try.
Furlong on 9.
Slender
Windass
lead.
on 23.
From Hayboth and wants to take on his man, but he won't as Pearson can.
Musaba on 86, so he came on 70. So Musaba on 86 minutes.
Space in the Reading half now though for Huddersfield to come forward.
It's Newcastle 1, Man City 1, if anybody's interested.
His ball forward is blocked.
Blackburn 2, QPR 0. Derby 1, Norwich 2, Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2.
He gets the shot away, it's blocked. Edge of the box now for Evans.
Nobody said 3-2.
Heavy touch from him. Can he poke it forward?
Nobody said Wednesday win.
For a second there, it's either Corona.
And what's this at Derby?
Heavy touch from him. Not it now.
It's a goal at Derby. And it's another goal for Norwich City.
Allows Reading to clear it. Lees with the ball forward. It won't be kept in. Throw in for Reading. Very welcome.
And
after that,
it's
sustained
all
pressure.
over at Derby.
Terriers. Charlie Savage will take his time on this one, leaving it
It's Derby County 1,
for the defence to take.
Norwich City 3. And that is it, I think, at Derby.
High-flying Birmingham City will be next on Tuesday evening, where if things remain this way, the Medeski will enter that game after a 3.
So 87 minutes at Derby County. It's Derby 1, Norwich 3. It's 88 minutes at Sheffield Wednesday. 3-2 to Sheffield Wednesday.
Only lost 2 games of Burton Albion, but
Crawley
4
0,
one of
Bolton
2 teams
2.
yet to earn a victory this season.
And Reading 2, Huddersfield 1 that we're listening to. Reading are now putting up the brick wall. And Huddersfield are basically encamped trying to break the thing down. Doesn't look.
Long down the line to keep this one in the corner. Abothenham will not get on the end of that. Far over his head. It's a goal kick for Huddersfield. No surprise, we wanted to
Quick
take
break there attempted by Reading, but
very
Huddersfield
quick
are
Marcellus
now
screaming
pushing
in his
forward,
technical area.
and
So we have gone past the halfway stage
doesn't look
of the
like
additional time.
it's
Flicked on
93
in midfield
minutes.
by
Actually,
Evans.
that can't be very far
Back
from the
forward,
finish.
though.
93 minutes of 96. So another, so as we see 6 seconds go, it'll be another 2 minutes left for Huddersfield to try and grab something here. Can Huddersfield equalise in 2 minutes? Let's wait and see.
For Reading.
As Huddersfield have the ball.
Was Huddersfield's 6th offside, I believe.
Huddersfield with the ball.
Whether you want to give credit to the backline of Reading for frustrating the likes of Koroma, who hasn't
They're
really
just
managed
passing
to
it
get
in
the game
midfield. They
started.
need to get forward. They're not getting anywhere near. As they pass it back and somehow they fluff it, and it's a Reading throw-in near the Huddersfield box, and they just don't seem to be concentrated. The concentration seems to have gone for Huddersfield. It's only 2-1. We're on
Slowly getting back to his
a minute and 12 seconds left. Pearson grabs it for Huddersfield. Sorensen, what can they do? They've got a minute to do something here, and Lewis Wing intercepts that, and Dean will push it forward, but Hodge grabs it. Koroma, Miller is approaching. No, Nibs nicks it and gives it to Wing. Kande. So it's again the defence is that brick wall that Reading have put up. Huddersfield get it again, try to push it forward, but again the back line just take it from them like a sweep from a child, and Exhibition threads it out, but somehow the Huddersfield throwing, the Reading throwing, the Huddersfield throwing goes out, and it goes straight back out for for a Reading throwing. Koroma for Huddersfield. We're now seconds from the end. And we should be hearing the whistle any second now, as it's Reading 2, Huddersfield 1, and Huddersfield will be gutted. It's still Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2. Musaba, Windass and Furlong. The other way round. Furlong, Windass and Musaba for Sheffield Wednesday. Maya and Moat for West Brom. And it looks like that is going to be all. We're into 97 minutes of 96 at Reading.
3 losses from 3 it would seem now. Another throw for Reading.
And
you'll see them go beyond the 6 minutes now. And Bengay down the line.
Reading with Smith at the back, and it's full time at Reading. We can get rid of the live there. So Reading have indeed won. It's Reading winning. I'd say that was an exciting game to watch, actually. That's actually a really interesting game. Reading 2, Huddersfield 1 is how it finished. Have we got any other games still on? The Blackburn game has just finished. Blackburn 2, QPR 0. What did we have for that one? Derby 2. I want to have a look at that. Yeah, Derby have actually scored, and they're still playing, and it's now Derby 2, Norwich 3, and there's no way on God's earth I would have done. I wonder who. Derby 2. Derby. No, 2. There's a lot of people saying there was going to be 3 or 4 goals in it. 5 goals so far. Derby 2, Norwich 3, not finished yet. Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2, not finished yet. Crawley's finished. Crawley 0, Bolton 2. Let's say Reading's finished. Reading 2, Huddersfield 1. So Blackburn's 1, and Derby look. They're trying to get an equaliser, Derby, but will they actually manage it? Wednesday managed to lose it almost at the last minute. It was Sheffield Wednesday 2, West Brom 2, West Brom fighting back, and then West Brom let one in straight away after their goal, and it became Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2. As we enter 95 minutes, we really must go. I really have to take on the 3 o'clock live stream. There will be a 3 o'clock live stream. It will be in about 10 minutes' time. It's finished at Hillsborough. It's Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 2, and they will be gutted. I think West Brom would have expected to have been in first place. They would have expected to have shown a little bit more pizzazz in that final third, but they just didn't have it. Derby County, the last man standing, as Angus Gunn saves that one, and Norwich get a yellow card. Straight after, kicks it out. Norwich get a yellow card, but it's Derby 2, Norwich 3. There's another minute and a half. I suppose we can stay for the minute and a half. We'll just wait as Wilson tries to make something down the right hand side for Derby. Derby 2, Norwich 3. 95 minutes just coming up. 95 minutes of 96. And Derby are passing it around the midfield. They're going to have to do a little bit more than just pass it around midfield. Got 50 odd seconds to go. Down the right, cross it in, but Christine will be able to belt that one out, but only as far as Nelson for Derby. I can just sort of sense a little bit of a panic by Norwich here as Blackett Taylor has a shot for Derby, but it gets kicked out, and it can be a Derby throw-in not too far from the line. Zetterstrom, where the hell's he playing? That's in the Norwich half, and he crosses it, and it crosses into the box, and Cordoba manages to kick that out for a Derby throw-in, taken quick, but Christine intercepts that. And I'd like to know where the Derby goalie is, because he was in the Norwich area, and it's wellied forward, but it goes out. It wasn't on target, and they'll probably wait for the Derby goalkeeper to get back in the goal now and take a Derby goal kick. Where the hell was he thinking he was playing? And that's full time. Derby 2, Norwich 3, and Derby actually pushed the goalkeeper up there to try and see if they could get anything in the last minute. Oh dear, and they nearly lost it completely as Norwich grabbed the ball, wellied it up the other end to see if they could get it in that open net, and it didn't quite hit target. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please like. I do need some likes, because the likes mean that the algorithm from YouTube pushes me out a little bit more and I get more people enjoying it. So do like, do subscribe. See you in 5-10 minutes when we'll be watching Championship and League One football 3 p.m. kickoffs. See you in a minute.